Alright AMD, it's your turn. Alright, let's take a step back and get some context on that. So, if you've been following the channel for a while, you will know that I have been gaming on enterprise grade and workstation class graphics cards for the longest time. Except, to this point, it's only been NVIDIA Quadro class cards. But today, that all changes, because right here, I've got this. This is a brand new in-box Radeon Pro 7. And it is an AMD workstation / server class enterprise grade graphics card. Not for gaming. In today's video, I'm gonna game on it. Let's get this thing opened up. And yeah, I do mean brand new in box. I mean, it's still got the original seals and everything. And I have 11 of these. We're going to break the seal on this. We're gonna break that seal right there. And now this card is worthless. Not really, but perfectly packaged, brand new graphics card. Well, if you couldn't tell it was brand new by now, then what are you listening to? Oh wait, does this come with adapters that I actually need? Really? 2 display ports and a DVI. Neither of which is what I need. Although I can use this for now. And there we have it. One sec. And there we have the beautiful AMD Radeon Pro 7. Now you may be thinking, well, what's the difference between a Radeon Pro 7 and a Radeon 7? This one has a blower fan, and it takes a 8 and a 6 instead of 2 8-pins. And, oh yeah, it's got this big fucking connector on the side. Also, it has 6 mini display ports. But that's about it. Yeah, besides being certified for a bunch of pro application stuff, it does have this, I think they call it like the Infinity Fabric or some BS fabric something connector. And it's basically an entire PCI Express slot. This is for linking 2 of these cards together to share memory and stuff like that. Speaking of memory, this card has 16 gigabytes of HBM too. So it is basically just a Radeon 7 with slightly lower power requirements and a blower style cooler for insertion in a case with multiple of these without sacrificing airflow by just, sucking in with fans like this, where you'd just be sucking the back plate of the other card. And then yes, it also has 6 mini display ports. So with 2 of these, I think you could do like 12 displays, have a huge like trading setup or whatever the heck people do with that. Probably set up some kind of whatever AMD's version of Mosaic is, but who cares? Anyways, here we have the card. Now, I would actually test 2 of these in the same system, but A, I don't have an application that uses that because they cost a lot of money, and B, the fabric connector is like $200. So, yeah. I think I make like 12 cents a video, so yeah, that's not happening anytime soon. Now, the final difference between this and a normal Radeon 7 is that it uses AMD's Pro drivers. Whatever that means. So we'll even see if it lets me launch some games with it, but it should, because this is the kind of thing that would be used by a game's creator or something like that. So yeah, I mean, it's very nice. This is like plastic, but it's nice plastic. Overall, a very sleek and sexy looking graphics card, which has a ton of reflective surfaces on it. Anyways, enough talking about how sexy the graphics card looks, and let's get to gaming on it. So right here, I've got a system which used to actually have both of these in it because I was building the world's worst gaming PC with 2 of these cute pet cards. And I may still end up making that video, so let me know if you want it. Ah, no. Sorry, Boots is over here absolutely destroying an HDMI cable. Stop it. He likes to eat plastic. Bootsy, come lay down. There's your bed. That's your bed for this room. Okay, come on. I'm going to close the door and you're not going to like it. Oh, see, now you're leaving. You want to come in? Bootsy, come on. Go in. Come in. I don't want to have to let you in 5 fucking seconds. Come here, buddy. Who's your good boy? All right, go in there. Come on. Good boy. Lay down. Great. Chew on your dinosaur. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Chew on the dinosaur. Not the HDMI cable. Alright, but basically, this system has an i9 9900K, 16 gigs of RAM, or 32. I don't know. And it's in this old CyberPower PC case you may have seen on this channel once or twice. Back when I bought this, gutted it because the power supply and case were practically useless for shipping, and then shipped the parts to a giveaway winner back in the day. This is going to be very simple. We're just going to very easily insert our Radeon Pro 7 into the top slot there and screw it in. Why do I have 600 missed calls? Alrighty, now that we've got the system built up, let's grab a monitor, keyboard, and mouse, and probably a power cord, and get this thing set up. One sec. I forgot to connect the power connectors. One sec. So real quick, yeah, as you can see, the power connectors, the 8 and 6 pin, are on the back of the card. That's for installing like a server chassis. We can install them right next to each other without having power connectors coming out the side that would stop you from fitting it in the case. How come I never have a power cord over here? It's like the one thing I should have over here. Hey, buddy. Lay down. Alrighty, we've got all of our stuff hooked up. The last thing to do is plug in our mini DisplayPort cable. So this goes mini DisplayPort to DisplayPort. We're going to plug that right into our monitor here. We're going to plug it into the first of 6 mini DisplayPorts. Alright, I've never actually booted one of these up before, because like I said, they've all been sitting in boxes. So, and I haven't booted the system in months. So let's see how this goes. And it's off already. Oh, there it goes. Oh, and it's off already. Got my amazing gaming peripherals, my Dell default keyboard, and this Razer mouse. That's actually pretty decent. It's wireless, but yeah. And it's off again. Now let's really quickly plug in the world's thickest Ethernet cable, I swear. Hey, look at that. BIOS has been reset. Plug that in, get some internet going. That's a drill bit, you moron. Alright, temperature 35 degrees, frequency very fast. Yeah, this thing's great. I'm gonna throw in this Samsung 860 Pro real quick and install Windows on it. This should be fine. Be right back. Oh my god, look at the shark. There's a shark and a shrimp and a lobster. Shark. Sorry. I like fish and my friend is streaming fish, so I watch the fish. Alright, so I downloaded Windows, downloaded Steam, downloaded all my games, transferred the network, MSI Afterburner, all that stuff. It took a minute. But anyways, now we're back, and the first game we're going to get into, because, quite frankly, I don't have a lot of modern games, because I don't game that much. I play like 3 games. So, speaking of 3 games, that's how many we're going to run today, starting with Ready or Not. This is DirectX 12 mode. Now, real quick, I will say, I'm going to use OBS to record this screen, but I'm going to use the HEVC hardware encoder on the Radeon Pro 7 because I'm curious about how well it works. Now, it also supports H.264, but I chose HEVC because I want to make sure it's using the hardware encoder. Actually, I can open Task Manager to see how much encode we're using to record just simple 1080p 60. Well, it sounds like a whole lot of not my problem. It's recording, so we'll see how it looks after. It'll probably look terrible. But anyways, we're going to get into a game real quick. And I can definitely feel the heat coming off of this Radeon Pro 7. Because it's blower cooler, so it just blows all the heat right at me. So you might actually hear it in the mic a little bit, so sorry in advance. Anyways, this is definitely, hopefully... Alright, let me just make sure we're at top settings. Real quick, I'm actually going to turn the screen away a little bit so I can actually see the game I'm playing. But, VSync disabled. Alright, we're on 1080p max settings. Is a 144 hertz monitor, and this game is running so poorly. This game is not optimized at all for anything. So we're gonna hop right into a mission. Honestly, I'm not even sure this game is optimized enough to use this graphics card. We're gonna run a mission, then I'm gonna restart it and run it again just to make sure. Let's run something I can actually do. They made this game a lot easier recently. Now, normally I would record the gameplay and then kind of voice over it after, which I may still end up doing, but the reason I'm kind of playing it live is because I want to look for any visual effects, any stuttering, stuff like that, any performance issues that you wouldn't be able to tell on video, but that I can feel on this 144 Hz monitor, which is awesome. It's my old BenQ I've had for years. Wow, this is running poorly. Oh no, we are using 100% GPU, and we're getting at epic settings a solid 100 plus FPS, 130 I see right now. It does dip a lot just because this game is not very optimized. But we're definitely, as long as we're not CPU bottleneck, that's all I care about. Wow, okay, already terrible is what I am. What are you doing? Where did she go? That was clearly a terrorist. It'd be a lot easier if I could hear something. Okay, what am I, the weakest SWAT guy on the planet? There we go. Okay, yeah, no, it's very hard to play on this. Not because of the performance or anything. We're getting over 100 FPS epic settings. 1080p, which is okay. I can't see anything. So I'm used to... Oh, wow. And moving data more than I actually like doing the streams at the moment. Mostly because I stream to interact with people. And if you've watched any of my streams, you'll know there's not a lot of people there to interact with. Dell keyboard is amazing. Best gaming keyboard. But yeah, we're getting, with full GPU usage, over 100 FPS, epic settings 1080p, which is actually, meh. It's not amazing, but it's a really new game running on DX12 on a relatively old card. I'm about to go lock a guy, I swear. Okay, never mind. Well, you got the point. I made it to the same spot both times. Yeah, over 100 FPS average. And it was relatively smooth, except for when you're loading the level. Even though it's loading off an SSD, it's just never great in Ready or Not for the first load. But anyways, over 100 FPS, epic settings, Ready or Not. So, and no issues with the fact that it's just a pro graphics card. So, now I did notice it was only drawing like 100 something odd watts instead of like the 300 you would see on the Radeon 7. So it was definitely power limited in order to be more professionally oriented. I'm gonna tell you right now, I am fully aware that this may run better. I'm going to launch an online match because it's actually, they usually perform worse than a local match. And I want to get the best, to show you guys, get the best possible representation to show you guys, because when you're gaming on your Radeon Pro 7s that you all have at home, you're going to want to know how it runs in a multiplayer title. The answer is probably poorly, because I just picked whichever driver Windows grabbed and it's old, but I don't really care. It's a Radeon Pro 7. Okay, we're getting over 200 FPS. It is a stuttery mess. Yikes. It could be because we're using like 90% of our network. Okay, every time I see a person, I get a nice stutter. Hit my keyboard there. Oh no. That was so bad. I thought the whole point of me like being decent at video games back in the day was to make videos but actually be like decent at the games I'm playing, unlike most tech channels who are, let's be real, absolutely abysmal at the games they play. But I straight up don't have the gaming setup set up for it. Okay, that's cool. I should really set up like a real gaming PC behind me. A real gaming station. Yeah, I mean, we're getting over 200 FPS. It's mostly because we have a 9900K, and I think we're actually most likely limited by the 9900K, even at max settings 1080p. You know what I should do is just stream with the graphics cards. No, monitor, get out of the way. I don't have enough mouse space. God, this is how people who just start gaming play. They have like no mouse space because they're on like their office computer with a tiny mouse pad. So they just have a super high sensitivity and it's all wrist movement. Which, yes, you're more precise, but... Well, let me correct that. Yes, bigger movements will be more precise than they would normally be if you're using like your arm instead of just your wrist. But those small adjustments needed for like playing at a decent resolution, where everything's not super stretched, is going to be very difficult. Okay, I'm getting into it. I'm a pro gamer. I'm not a pro gamer. I'm a garbage gamer. I'm going to have to, like, remember what was happening on screen. No, I wanted to use the op. Alright. Look at this op. So far so good. We ran Ready or Not, and CS2 at decent FPSs. We're getting, I mean, 120 on Ready or Not. Epic settings is pretty good. DX12. 1080p for Radeon Pro 7. I mean, for how much these used to cost, they were over $1,000, but that's fine. I wouldn't expect anything less from AMD. A little bit old, but it's a great showcase of just what you could have gotten if you had this at that time, and all my custom classes are locked, except for this one. Because I've got to change the game rule to allow custom classes over 10 items. So we're using a KSG and a B23R. Oh my, what? It has been a long time. Oh, right, the weird, like, oh, God, the mouse acceleration. It's so bad. All right, the no jumping while sprinting. Okay, this is going to be very difficult. Mouse acceleration is not my friend. At least it feels like mouse acceleration. It could also be that the polling rate is not meshing well with how old this game is. No, you stabbed my guy. I'm a pro gamer from 2012. I'm a 2012 pro gamer. Oh, shoot. See, this is before, like, ammo types were a thing. So, the KSG just shoots slugs, and that's just it. Okay. I'm good. Oh, right, I forgot to, like, actually talk about the FPS. Yeah, it's over 400 at most points. We are using our whole graphics card because our CPU is completely fine. Way overkill for what this game can handle, running at 5 gigahertz. Pretty sure this game came out and CPUs were still running in the 2s at boost. Pretty sure 2.8 was a big deal back in 2012. I don't know, I was an Xbox 360 gamer. Over 400 FPS, over 300 at the minimum, so it works great. You can definitely game on a Radeon Pro 7, especially if you are trying to play games that are A, super old, or B, at 1080p. I honestly would not use this card for like 4K, 1440p even gaming, except for like on games like Black Ops 2. I wouldn't use this card for gaming at all, but contrary to what the big evil companies want you to think, you can definitely game on these enterprise workstation, whatever grade graphics cards. So if you guys have a card suggestion, I'm open to them as long as they don't cost any money. And that's about it. Or I can get them for like super cheap and then sell them when I'm done. All right. Hope you guys kind of enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.